Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and it is Monday. TGIM, thank goodness it is Monday. And, just checking out the markets as usual as we start off. You can see there the dollar has a nice red, what do you call it, hinky ashky, heading down on the J4X. And over on the Chicago Quant, you can see pretty much the same thing. We've got a couple of red dots in a row here. The pressure's on from Friday. And we went into the sell on Friday, it looks like, too, at the same time right there. Let's put the line in for that. And we're still in the weekly buy for, this is a third, a fourth, a fifth, and starting a sixth week in a weekly buy. And see the green line is not exactly falling apart. The white line right there, you can see, is just touching the top part of the manifold, has dropped underneath it, whereas before it was underneath it for the first 2 weeks and then lifted up. The trick is to get it over the zero line, and so we're hanging in there. It makes sense. The markets are a tad confused if it's going to be 3/4 of a percentage point increase or one, and then September. That'll be July, the end of July. So September, there probably won't be anything because at that point, the administration will be totally frustrated and doesn't want to see that happen, an increase. So there'll be some type of tip-off of that coming into this one. That's why they're thinking they'll do a full point now, and there's a 31% chance of that. So it's kind of a little far away. It's like a much way higher that it's going to be a 0.75. And money is predicting, as the way the money is trading, it's predicting for a full 3.5% by the end of the year. So obviously, if the election turns out the way everybody thinks it's going to turn out, the Fed is naturally always, whenever Republicans have some power, the Fed is very comfortable with raising rates and trying to slow the economy because they understand under the Republicans it'll grow. And so, that's what the issue really comes down to, is what will they do? And what we're thinking what will happen is you'll see the increase of at least 3/4 of a percentage point, and then nothing in September. And then, would you believe there's a Fed meeting November 1st and 2nd, I believe it is, right on the edge of the election, which I think is the 3rd. And so by that point, I guess you could say that the cast has the die of the cast has been laid. It's been set. So I don't know. That's the hardest dance of all. Maybe they'll find a way to cancel it for a couple days after the election. Who knows? Anything's possible with this administration. So that's where we stand, and that's where you see. And so you can see right there, the pressure is on for the dollar. You can see on J4X, the green line had pierced the dashed line, or the slow-moving stochastic, back about 7-8 days ago. And now, the red is kicking in. It's telling us that there's some pressure on the product. And obviously, just like on Chicago Quant, we've been in the red, and it's minus, and the pressure is on. But again, traders, remember, the overall weekly trend still is holding up pretty well. All right, from there we jump. Oh, let's check out J4. Oh, we got it. You know what I haven't done? I haven't turned on the. Let me go turn on the chat line and see if anybody's saying hi or needs something or would like to look at something or any of that, all that fun stuff. Let's see, where's it at? Right where's Dukascopy? Right there. Here we go, logging in, and there I am. I'm so excited always. Yes, there's Robin and there's Jordan. Hey guys, how you doing? I was so excited. It's Monday. I'm excited. I've been trying to get my act together all morning long. Robin will attest to that. I've been going in like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Yeah, long-tailed kitty cat in a room of rocking chairs that go rocking back and forth. I'm trying to make sure my tail is not caught underneath the rocking chairs themselves. So yep, we're here. We're functioning. And so let's see. Where do we go from here? I guess the best thing let's see, what is that? Let me just check that. Getting something from my son at the same time. From there, let's take a look at some currency pairs, unless everybody wants to see something. Doing good. Good. Jordan. Good. Boy, that was a busy weekend. Friday, I was down on the ocean, on the bay, in the Chesapeake, and Saturday I was back down there again, and just boating and running around and swimming and doing all kinds of things, and working on my plants too. My plants are growing well. All right, let's check out. Let's see what's going on with the euro. To start off with, euro has been trading at parity or on the edge of it. That's for sure. They're trying to lift it off. There's a cute little bounce developing out. You can see that right there. And let's see what Chicago Quant has to say about all that. There it is right there. It went into the daily buy on Friday. Let's put that line in. But again, we got that weekly signal that's just refusing to do the dance. Just won't do the dance. We'll see over the next couple of days if they can get some legs into this. I mean, even the blue dashed line, which is like an echo, is not even moving ahead. Not moving at the speed of sound above it. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I'm sure that the strength is in the euro. There's no doubt about that. In the sense of, over the next couple of days, not overall, of course. You can see on J4X and everything else, you can see that pressure that's been on the downside. Look at that on J4X. Wow. Look at that pressure. Zam. Look at that. It's almost the classic ABC. A, B, C. Or even wilder. 1, 2. This is the big long 3. It bounces off the par or 100 or $1 or €1 and then bounces up a little bit. And let's see if it just goes and takes a dive. It's hard to say. I guess it's gonna. I guess the longer we stay, where are we at now? We're at 101 in 20s and change. So I guess as long as we stay down in here, I imagine if they would take out, like right here, you see right here on the Chicago Quant, if they start taking this out, you gotta think that maybe there's something more really brewing. We are in a daily buy, so if we can see the weekly start to show some firmness, maybe we'll get that bounce up. And if not, Rorge. All right. Now, from there, let's take a look at the Swiss instead of the British pound, and then we'll go to the British pound afterwards. Because I've been impressed how the Swiss is, just hanging right, firm, but not, not bullish. It went into the weekly sell last week right there, and you can see this morning it's already going into trying to get back into the weekly buy again. Let's put that line in there. But notice the manifold is really, really tight. It's giving us that warning. Not that. Let me try this again. Like there. It's trying to give us that warning that it's kind of like the doldrums, It means that it's kind of sloppy and no real direction, no conviction, as we used to like to say. And you can see right here. Make that like so. Put a little green circly line in there like so. And that's where we are. And let's move this up. And move that up. And then let's widen it out a little bit like that. You can see there that strength is trying to pick up again. It was kind of curious. It didn't come after this when you go over back to the euro, where the euro cleanly took out all the lows. See that? They took out these lows with no problem and went down to par, which is what everybody was rooting and cheering for. So when we look at the Swiss, it's kind of curious that it could not do that, and it's holding up pretty well. We'll just, what we can always do and what we always do is we follow the numbers. We'll see what the numbers say and how it plays and go from there. Oh, darn, I just realized. Shoot, I need to start another computer. The Strings 2022 has started. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen. There it is right there. There it is. Let's grab that and move that over. Is that it? No, is that, where is it at? Is that it? There it is, right there. Strings of 2022 for you Europeans. In Vienna, it started, and I'm missing the opening statements. I just realized that. I'll have to go back and watch that on video. I know what I can do is I can probably put it on here and kill the sound. I can just see if they trip over something or something like that. Last year it was very fun. This is atomic theory. This is this is what our lines are all about. This math was invented to deal with atomic theory and string theory in general, and Higgs boson. So Doc is always excited this time of the year. He does the strings, and looking forward to it. And I just remembered it's there, so I got to get it up on another screen real quick. Let me just try that. Let's see, and then we'll get right back to the marketplace. It's going to be a busy day. It's like in Harry Potter. Look like it's going to be a bumpy ride. Indeed. Let's see, science and strings, and there, and there. Okay, and who's speaking right now? Is there anybody speaking right now? Registration. Oh no, they delayed it to 8:45. Okay, good. So we got 3 more minutes. Excellent. All right. So there we go. You won't be seeing that, but I will make sure the sound is down so you don't have to hear a bunch of physicists ramble about mathematical formulas that make close to no sense. Let's see, what else can we do here? Am I logged in? I think I'm logged in. Logged in. Let's log in. There we go. Sign in. Okay, that didn't work. What's wrong with that? So from there we go over to the British pound. And there is the British pound right there. You see it's doing its little bump today. We're trying to get into a buy. You can see the weekly is firming up here. It's past the time manifold. The lines are turning, and the echo, the blue echo, is trying to do something there. So that's always like a little tip off of something going on. And then we slide over to J4X and slide it in right there. There's the cable. Nice little pop there. Let's see, right there. Let's see, right there. All right. Now, from there, let's see, the efforts open source tool. No. I want to sign in. So let me go and sign in here. Username. Wrong username. Oh, no. Oh, yes, that's right. Let's see what the password is. We'll just do it that way. So, with the cable trying to get going here, which is something we always think it should be doing, Let's see. That's usually like the, I guess you could say that's the classic, The cable, we keep on thinking has a lot more legs in it, and it wants to lift. And then what happens is that it doesn't really do that. It kind of, we get this rolling over situation. You can see here it's been in that weekly sell since way up in here. But each time, we did it there about 5, 6, 7 days ago. You saw on the 8th, tried to get into a buy, and it did. Then failed and went right back into the sell the next day. But it's not really going anywhere. And this weekly has been really pressuring it and just refuses to let go. And in many ways here, you can see this could have been like the 1, the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4, this is the 5, and it could be over with in R.N. Elliott's way. Or this is just a one big A. And that was an A, B, C, A. And this is the B, and this is the C. And maybe it'll bring it back up into the 20s. That'd be a nice little push. Very nice little push. Yo, Jordan, let's see what we got here. May we look around at the Euro in a 5-minute chart, also the GBP when you can. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. We have it loaded in too, I think, somewhere in here. So let's do that. There's 93 ticks. There is GBP, and there's, oh, geez, okay, let's do this. Where's the Euro? I know we have, let's try the Euro first. That's what you asked for, so let's do the Euro. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go over to this. And then that's the Well, we'll do this. We'll do the 5 minute on the cable, and then we'll go do it on the. Let's do this like 3 days, 5 minutes. There we are. So there's the cable. You can see it's trying to perk up the last 4 bars over the last 20 minutes. We're in a little buy here. Had been in the sell from this cute little move there. So there's the it's been doing all right. There was the sell. No, that was the sell right there. It was a nice little pullback. There was the buy right here after the little red and green. That was a great move. Stayed in the buy all the way up until here. Then went into the sell there, I guess it is. Let's put a line on that. See if we can figure that out. Like that. Right there it went into the sell. It's not much of a sell, but and then it got back into the buy, and boy, the buys are it. And I guess because we're in the daily buy is leaping over, you know. That's probably part of the positiveness of it all, you know. Let's see. Indico profile. All right, there we go. Now from there, let's put the euro in there. Right there. And let's give you the euro in that same type of vision. EUR, USD, bingo. Now that's trying to lift up for the last 2 bars right there. It went into the buy there. But look how high it is up. So it might do a little digestion and then go chase that point there, the 101.40 something. Or yeah, something like that. You can see here it went into a sell there and went right back into the buy after the buy right. Where's the buy? Right there. That buy there. Notice it took a couple, like 5 minutes for it to figure itself out. It took a total of, 20 minutes total, and then got back into the saddle again there. And then it went into the sell right there and didn't last but 1 bar and right back into the buy, but it was very weak. Then we went into the sell right there, and then it sold down. Then jumped back into the buy right there. And that was a nice ride up to right there. And then there's your sell again. It was very minuscule, very small. And then pushed into the buy right there. It was a cute little pop, but then it rolled over again right there. Matter of fact, it rolled over with the green dot, and then finally it confirmed on the sell. And once that confirmed on the sell, then it really put some pressure. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Hey, say hello to the world.
Oh, I'm sorry. See you later.
Ta-ta. So, and then back into the buy again right there. And you can see the strength right there. It's starting to kick out. And then from there, I guess we're going to try to lift a little bit in here now. How's that, Jordan? Was that all right? Did that help out? How do we, let's see, what's going on here? Review talks. So, for some reason, this is good. They must know that I'm tangled up. Invited talks. Still not seeing slides recording. Is there a recording there? Opencast Media. Ustream. Oh, we'll see what happens there if somebody stands up and talks. Please wait. Okay, here we go. All right, good. So, University of Vienna and all the physicists in the known world that believe in string theory, and some of us who do not, but we still show up anyway, is there. All right. So, from here, what do we do? Let's go back to the daily, I guess, right? Yeah, let's go back to the daily. Unless you want to see something else, Jordan, then we can go run over to that. I'm very happy to roam around, especially on a Monday morning. I need a little kick, just a little push. All right, from there, we looked at cable, we looked at Swiss, we looked at euro. Let's go check out Turkish lira, see what they're doing with that poor thing. We'll go to dollar Turkish lira to start off with. Right there. And it is flirting still with the highs. Yeah, it's been that long weekly buy. Let's move that over a little bit so you can see it. There it is, right there, and a little bit more. You can see it's been in that weekly buy all the way back in February. Yeah, February. So it's been a while now. They can't get that thing out of the buy. It is unique. All right, there it is. I see him. So they're doing something. Does he have a mask on? I don't know why they wear these masks. It's so crazy. Hey, he's just okay. Someone's up on the podium. They're still trying to figure it out. The university. It was nice enough that they're doing the. Oh, there we go. Emil J. Let's see, 45 plus years. Brains behind black hole.
Chair of the first session, Chris Hull.
Uh-oh.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to open the science.
There we go. Oh, they're just opening up. Darn. I'm going to miss that. He's from the University of Chicago. Ah! It's a local, Robin. All right. Let's go to the Euro Turkish Lira. Close. This is going to be fun. Opening speeches. I always like that. Okay, there we are. And you can see here, there's the Euro Turkish Lira making a nice spike here today. It's been in a daily buy for 4 days now. Yeah, this is the fourth day. I think this. Let me just double check that. Yep. So it's been in a buy from here. It has done nothing these last 3 days, but today they're finally popping it. Now they put it into the weekly sell, as you can see right there on Friday, and they are still underneath it, just a tad, but they're still underneath it. So let's go like that, and we'll go like that. We'll go like that, and there it is. There's the weekly sell signal. And we're still flirting. So I guess if they get this thing into the weekly buy, over the weekly buy line, and we're in a daily buy for 4 days, and we go 5, 6, and 7, I guess they're going to turn this puppy back up again. And again, I always believe that the let's say, AUD USD. Sure, we'll go check that out. I always believe that the Turkish lira. We'll come back to the Turkish lira. I always believe the Turkish lira is going to the dollar. Yeah, no, the Euro Turkish lira is a good trade. I think it's always a good trade. I think it's really reflective of demand and so forth compared to the dollar Turkish lira. Now there you are. There you can see it's in a daily buy for a couple of days now, or at least, yeah. 3 days. 2 days it's been in a buy right there. This is the third day. You see the weekly is trying to turn up here. You see that pressure on that. Let's go over to J4X and see what's going on with dollar Aussie. Dollar Aussie. Where are you? Dollar Aussie. I think it's Aussie dollar. That's what it is, isn't it? It's Aussie dollar. So we have to go to the top. There it is. It's Aussie dollar. Wow, look at all that red for so long. We've been in a weekly sell since the top here. That's where we went into the weekly sell. Let's put that in. No one seems to ask about it anymore. We used to have some New Zealanders and so forth and Australians involved. They come in and out every 6 months. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but they seem to more involved in the winter time. Their winter time, not ours. So they should be coming in soon. We should be starting to see them again. They subscribe and then they go away again in their spring. And so you can see the pressure here. It's been in that weekly sell now for all this ride. And now it's trying to get back into the buy. Let's see how it was before that. Yeah, there was a cool one too. Got into the buy there. Let's put that in. Boy, that's how far back. April. No one's asked to look at this since April. So it got into the buy, lasted one whole week, and rolled over again. So this thing's been fine. Well, now see, there was interesting. Back in March, it got into the weekly buy with a daily buy, and that was a nice ride. Fenzel, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the trading pit. This is the cyber trading pit. There we are. So there's the Aussie dollar pairs trade. Does that help out there, Jordan? I thought I had the sound down. How do I get rid of that sound? Okay, there it is. Now I can hit the play again. I just want to see what they're doing. There we are. Okay, go like that. There we are. Yeah, so the guy from the University of Chicago is opening up the. That's so appropriate. We're Chicago Quant Technologies, and Strings in Vienna is being opened by a physicist from the University of Chicago. Alrighty. All right. From there, where were we at? Oh, we were looking at the Turkish lira. Let's go back to the Turkish lira. There it is, right there. And as you can see there, let's see. Black hole information problem. Effective QFT says locality, casualty, and unitarity cannot all hold during the BH evaporation. Black holes evaporate. Oh no. Interesting. This is probably going to take Witten and send them over the edge again. All right. So then Turkish lira is doing its best to lift up. We'll see how they play that out. Let's see. Excellent. Excellent. Well, welcome to the Cyber Trading Pit. If there's anything you would like to look at, just put it on the chat line. We'll go right to it. We find it very fascinating to look at any product anybody wants to see. And then, let's see, where were we at? So from there, let's see, where were we from there? I guess from there we go over to the Canadian. There's CAD. Now CAD didn't get into the sell on Friday. It was very close. It was just underneath the line. No, it wasn't underneath the line. Didn't make it. See that? Where plot 1 was 0.0000, 4 zeros and a 2. Now you can see right now it is below it. It's minus 0.00069. So it's just going into the sell right now as we speak. And look at the weekly. The weekly is starting to roll over too. Now, normally when we look at the CAD, the Canadian dollar against the American dollar, when we see strength in the CAD over the dollar, normally that says something about oil going up. Ooh, a prime example, 3 charge BPS. Okay, boundaries and states. Wow, weak coupling, strong coupling. Wow, he's really taking this stuff apart. Good for him. Here, let me just show you what I'm looking at real quick for the fun of it. If I can figure out how to shrink it down again. I don't think I can. Oh, there it is. There we are. We're watching this. That's what we're watching right now. They're just doing their gig. University of Vienna. Licking the sausage. All right. From there, if Canadian is heading down and becoming firmer against the dollar, we have to assume that the oil market is firm. So let's go take a look and see. And there is the November contract. We've moved to the new front month as far as we're concerned is September right there. And you can see it's at 97.11. Now let me just show you the contango that's going on with crude oil in the United States. So that's September, and here is August, which is going to expire in about a day. It's just flirting over the 100 mark. It's trying to climb over the top at the moment. You can see it closed in a daily buy on Friday. Not sure what's going on there. Why that's minus all of a sudden. I thought it was a buy, so that needs to be cleaned up. And then from there, you can see it's still showing some firmness, and our weekly is starting to turn up on the front month. Okay, and that's going to expire in the next 24 to 48 hours. So let's go over and take a look at the new front month, which is September, and you can see September is trying to lift also, and it's much lower. It's not at the century mark, as you can see here. It's pushing up, and closed in a daily buy on Friday, that type of thing. The strength is there. It's trying to lift. And the Canadian, let's go back to the Canadian. The Canadian confirms it with the fact that it's showing more strength against the dollar. So let's see, what else can we say about any of that? That's about it there. So from there, what we do is we go and look at the South African Rand. And the Rand tells us about gold. That's usually the insight to that. So let's go down to the South African Rand. Right there. And let's put it up on J4X. right there, South African Rand. It's showing a little strength, and that means that more than likely gold is finding a way to be sideways to down. So let's go take a look at gold real quick there. Let's see, right, what am I looking for here? That's it. Okay. See, that's up a little bit. Not bad. It's firm from Friday. It's still in a sell. We're getting a volatility signal of the red and the green. You can see over here is that right? Oh no, that's the South African Rand, and that's why the pressure has been up on this product, because you can see the gold has been going down. We've been in a sell since back here, back on June 13th. We went into a daily sell and have not been able to let go. It just refuses to let go, and a week and a half later, it went into the weekly sell right up in here from this week, and it started giving red dots and everything. It just refused to get into the buy. So that pressure is on the metals complex. Let's see. Kind of fuzzball. Microstate geometry, smooth horizon list. Cool. All right. And supergravity. Let's see now. Let's jump over to, from there, the Japanese yen, unless anybody wants to see another product out there. And there's the yen on J4X. You can see the firming up of that. Now let's check it out over here. There it is. And you can see it's still in the buy since here on the yen. You see the weekly's been very firm since the beginning of June. So going into the end of was that May, and so it was one of those split weeks where it started off as May and ended as June, and so that pressure's been on in this product. Out of the last, I guess you could say, out of the last 5 months, it's been in a buy, but 1 week. So it went into the buy here in the 15 area, and went into a weekly sell after it got up to the 130s. For 1 week, went into a sell, went right back into the weekly buy again. There's the sell, and then it took off again. So it's not letting go, that's for sure. Ooh, wow! Look at that, super tube geometry. Oh, you got to see this. This is great looking stuff. Super tube geometry. It looks cool. Look at that. Don't those lines look a lot like my stuff? Look at all those fun formulas. Oh man, this is going to be a good week. I'm looking forward to this week. All right, so from there we jump over to our southern border. We look at the Mexican peso and see what the Mexican peso is up to. And there it is right there. The peso. Oh, look at that! It got up to, what was that, the 0.23, or I guess in this case it was 0.76. From the bottom end of the range, it bounced up 0.76 of it. It almost got to the whole point, and now it's rolling over. It went into a sell on Friday. Let's put a line in there for that. We'll see if they bounce. There's the 50 percentile. Fell all the way back to the 50 percentile, which is the green line there. Let's see how they bounce around that, and then maybe bounce back up again. As you can see here, the weekly is trying to break down, and we'll see how they trade that. Put it out there. Are you able to look at the intraday chart of the? Oh, sure. You want to see the 5 minute? Would you like to see the 5 minute? We can put the 5 minute up there. Let's see, where is it at? Where's the 5? There's the 5 minute right there. Okay, let's load that critter up. And that is yen, USD, JPY. Right there. And enumerating super tubes. Oh, cool. Interesting. All right, as you can see here, it's lifted. And that was on, that's, what was it, 18th and 18th? Oh, I see, it's an intraday, of course. All right, so let's see. Let's start off for the day and see how it did. It went into a buy right there. So it was a nice little pop. Went into the sell right there. That was better, I guess you could say. Yep. And it went down to there. Went into a buy for 1. Did it go into a buy? No, it didn't go into a buy. What's that? That's the buy right there. Went into the buy there. Went back into the sell there. And that was a better trade right there. Stayed in there. Jumped into a buy there for a sec or two. Went back into the sell, and you got another drop there. That was pretty cool. And then you got your buy here. Now, for those that are watching, what's it? 15 minute and 5 minute. Okay. So there's the 15. That's the 5 minute. So it was very good on the 5 minute. Let's just look at the rest of this. We'll make that white line. For those, we use the intraday math and the daily and the weekly math. It's all the same math. So we always say that if you are working on tools, if you can't get your intraday working with your weekly or daily, you got to work on it better. In other words, it's got to be changed to get them both to work. Now here in this case here, it looks like it really is getting tumbled. It gets into a sell, doesn't know how to get out of it. Tried there, but it was minus. See, it was minus right there. And I'll show you. See, it was minus. See, the plot 1 is minus 0.0012. All right, now it's climbing into the buy. Let's do this for you. Let's throw the 15 minute up. Settings. 15 minute. There we go. Now the 15 minute. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see if we can widen this out a little bit more for you. There. So it went into the sell. Where is it? Right here? Somewhere's on here. Oh, there's a line. Let's move the line over. So I went into the sell there. It's real choppy. No, it's still in the sell. So it went into the sell right there. And it has stayed in the sell all the way to right here. Then it was a nice move up. Then we went into a sell right there. There's a cute little sell-off there. Stayed in the sell-off all the way to here. Remember, let's just show you what's going on right here. It's plus. See, it's plus, but the problem is we got a red dot. Until it goes no dot or green dot, you can't take the trade. So you can still ride the sell. And then there's your buy again. Because now it's above the 0 line. This right here is above the 0 line. And at the same time, we've got a green dot. So, or it's no dot, like this one. There's no dot at all. And it's okay. Then it's a buy. So that's no problem. But it was minus here, so no good. And then it was almost like nothing. It didn't perform. Barely performed. Just a cute little win. And then it goes into the sell right there. Let's just double check it. Yep. See where it says, no, it's plot 1 is 0.00. So that's still in the buy. Then the next one is the sell. It goes down to there. I mean, it looks like no move. Goes back into the buy there. And that's where we're at now in the 15-minute bar chart. How's that, Jordan? Does that make any sense to you? If you need me to look at it a little bit deeper, no problem. Ooh, what is that? This guy's got some great graphics. Return of the String. Oh, it's like a movie. The Return of the String. Look at that. Let's see, what has he got going on there? And there's the ADS limit. Okay, cool. Return of the String. Damn, that's like Star Wars. All right. From there, let's see. I guess that's about it, right? If you can think of anything else, fire it out, Jordan. I need a little perking up this morning. There we go. All right. So that's pretty much, we're done with our currencies here. Unless any of you out there would like to see something, just shout it out. We'll go look at it. We have no problem there. Perturbation. How about that? Super tube source. 16 extra of these for... Okay. All right. So from there, we are jumping over to... what we do is we go take a look at the... we take a look at the metals complex. See what's going with gold and silver. We'll take a peek at platinum for the beginning of the week. You know, look at copper. Unless you want to see a currency. If you want to see a currency, we'll go back to that. So here we go. So there is gold. And you can see gold is trying to lift up. It's trying to do something. Not doing too good a job of it, but it's trying, that's for sure. And you can see we've been in that daily sell all the way since back here. And we're still in that weekly sell since back in here too. So the pressure's on there. Let's check out silver. No, that's not the way to do it. Let's go to silver. There's silver, the September silver, same situation. And tried to get up there, but we had a red dot and a green dot, so it wasn't a buy. And the next day, schmackarooey. We're in that sell from the 21 area. And the poor little thing found its way down to 1801. Wow. Really surprised. All the super tube backgrounds thus are both coherent string winding condensates bounds to the NSS supergravity state. Interesting. All right, so from there, what else we got going on here? I guess that's about it with the silver. Is there anything else we can say about it? Notice the weekly. It doesn't seem to want to get its act together whatsoever. And look at it. When we contract this up, it's been a long time since the 26s. We were in a weekly sell going back in the middle of April, and pretty much it's only gone into a weekly buy one whole week. And it rolled right over again, and boom, down it went again. So it really can't. Oh, what do you got here? Fenzel says would be great to hear your thoughts on dollar, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Sure, and the German DAX. Most definitely. Let's go check that out. We'll come back to copper and platinum in a few minutes. Let's go do that. I like that idea. Well, to start off with, here is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right there. It's been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. It's one of the only stock indices that has been performing like that. All the rest that went into buys last week. Okay, so let me just give you a little preview of that. So there's the Tech 100. No, actually, it's 2 weeks for the Tech 100, and that's a green, like so. And so that was last week for the S&P 500. But for the Dow itself, the Dow's been in a buy for 2 full weeks. Let's get a line in there. No one's following it with us at the moment, which is a real surprise. We have people following the S&Ps and the Tech 100, but they're not following the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There it is right there. And at the same time, what is that? I guess we went into the sell there. And then I'm a little confused what's going on there. Let me go do this, because we cleaned this up over the weekend. Let me put the chart that's right, which I know, and I haven't looked at this since we don't have anybody looking at it. So let's find that. Let's go minimize that. Let's move this over. Let's move the string theory stuff out of the way for a little bit. I'll just keep an eye on them, making sure that they don't do anything wrong. Keep them straight. And there it is there. Let's see. There it is right there. YM. There it is. Here it comes. All right. So, yeah, that's what it is. We've been in a buy since there. Now, what is that? What's up with the weekly on that? How does that one compare to this one? There's some bad data in there. That's what that is. This is cleaned up over the weekend. So it had not been in a buy. It had been in a sell throughout this whole thing. But it was in a daily buy, because I back-checked all this math in here over the weekend. So it's been in a daily buy since back in here. So let's just move that down, and then so we can get rid of that like that. It's been in a buy since back in here. So it's been kind of interesting. And it seems like when we scrunch it up, it really seems to be trying to tell us that they're trying to put some type of bottom in. It really does look like they're trying to put some type of bottom in. Not totally confident that... let me just double check this. So that's that. That's a minus. That is a... What was that? That's it right there, I guess. Yeah. So it just went into the buy last week. That's all. So it didn't go back three weeks ago. We'll have to clean that up on the other chart. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it's trying to put in a bottom. It looks like a bottom. We really stand on on the philosophy right now of how we're reading our math. I mean, we follow the math first, and then the story is later. The story is not as important. It's just I give my opinion, but we trust the math more than my opinion. And so, what it really comes down to is that we really think that the markets are stuck in some type of sideways chop that has no real clean direction. And so, because of that, we feel that they are really lost. And so what we notice is there's just like this slow, steady drift. Let's put it up on J4X. J4X is a good example of it. And there is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Right there. And you can see the product's been in a drift since like November. Or I guess it's a... what is that? That's like... December, I guess it is. Since December. And it really is having its issues. It really cannot get any real legs. So back in 21, I guess that's going into the the first quarter of 21, it's been really sliding. Every time it bounces, it makes lower highs. You see them there. And it makes lower lows. You can see them there. And now we're trapped in this sideways action. And that's what we really think is going on, is that they're waiting for the election. We really think that that's what the real story is. Now let's put the DAX up there for you. I think that's the DAX. Where's the DAX at? It's around here somewhere. DAX 40 index. There it is. And so you can see here, same situation. It's gone into this sideways mode. Matter of fact, what's interesting is back in February 21, it made a massive crush for a couple days. Look at that. Just beat the daylights out of the poor thing. You can see that right there. I mean, just crushed it. Whereas the U.S. market didn't feel that pain. And now what we're seeing is we're seeing it basically challenge that area now. It's become a base. So we really think they're going to play sideways action in here for the time being. I don't think it's anything but that. They're just bouncing around, waiting for the election. Once the election occurs, we'll have a better idea what our economic policies will look like, and we're figuring that the worst case scenario is they do nothing, and the best case scenario is Mr. Biden ends up not having any power at all. He loses his power of the presidency because the country is put in a supermajority against him. So we'll see. It rarely happens, a supermajority. Usually Democrats have supermajorities. We've never seen that. It's been that way for almost somewhere's going into a decade after the Civil War in 1870s. We saw a change where the Southern Democrats, got control of the House of Representatives, and they were able to control the country to a great extent, all the way up until Ronald Reagan, and then it changed. So the markets, I think, are waiting for that the DAX and everything else, and you can see the DAX as we have up on J4X, right there. You can see how they're just challenging lows of back in March of 2021, something like that. Where is it? Yeah. I'm sorry. With that, that's March of 222. That's what that is. March of 222. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, so that's March of 222. They made those lows already once. Now they're just sitting on it. Whereas on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, you're not seeing that weakness. That March weakness. Where's it at? Come on, you're around here somewhere. How did I lose you? There it is. Yeah, see, we didn't have that. Oh, wait a second. No, that's June. There's March back here. So we didn't see that March of 22 get whacked like that. And we've finally taken out the lows here, and the Dow is not doing that. That's interesting. Now, let's take a look at the Tech 100. The NASDAQ, in other words, and it's doing the same thing. They're making higher lows here, and I think the S&P is doing the same exact thing right there. They're all making higher lows. So I think, again, not with the math as much as it's just telling us that the markets don't have any clear direction at the moment. All right. From there, I hope that answered your question. And you can see our charts here. It's trying to lift up. And there's the lows there, there's lows there, and it challenged them there and then lifted up really strong going into last week to the point where it rallied big. And you can see it's just the strength is there. It's trying. There it is. So you can see those higher lows right there. Oh, no problem. All right, where were we? Oh, we were looking at copper now, right? Were we looking at copper? Yeah, copper. So there's copper. We just left silver. You see copper's trying to lift up. That's another one of those that's been having issues. It's been in the sell since back in the middle of June. And from the $4 area down to the 327 area, 316 area, 317 area. We're trying to lift up a little bit here today. You can see it's trying. And then let's check out the platinum. Platinum, right there. October platinum. Trying to lift up. That's pretty cool. Went into the buy here. Just one sell there. So it's been in a buy throughout this whole mess. It really is having a problem getting going now. Gold and silver have gotten beat up so hard, and I'm impressed that the platinum hasn't broken the $800 area. All right, from there we slide over to the energies, and so we looked at September. And September is trying to trade up to the par, and I bet the spot of August, which it goes out the door in another day or two. Let's see where it's at. I think it's the 20th it goes out. There's the August contract. You can see it now. It's at 101. When we looked at it before, it was at 100. It was just barely flirting with the 100. So that's why we're seeing the gold feel that pressure. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The dollar against the Canadian feeling that pressure. That's what the story is there. That's what it is. All right. From there, we go over and take a look at natural gas. Oh, let's do this. On J4X, let's put up Brent. And there's Brent. And you can see it's trying to turn around also at the same time. And then let's check out, let's see. From Brent, let's go take a look at European natural gas. We'll look at U.S. natural gas, and we'll look at European natural gas. There it is right there. Trading in the 28th still. And U.S. natural gas is trading in the, it's at the highs of the day. It's trading in the 7s now. So, I mean, it closed at 7:11 on Friday. That's last night's. I don't know why last night's in there. They broke Sunday and Monday into two of them. We'll clean that up. Let's see if I can go like this and do it. There we are. There we go. And so that's the buy right there. Oh no, that's what it was. The buy was back there. Then they tried to push it in the sell, but it was red green, and now it's still climbing. And so that's what we're seeing with the natural gas in the United States. It's acting very firm also. But notice our weekly is still showing pressure. So the very short term, you're seeing nat gas show lots of strength, and then on a week-to-week basis, it's not so quick to follow it, What else can we say about any of this? I guess that's about it. I want to go to strings. I want to head over to Vienna. Let's see. Nat gas, I guess that's the last of it. We would love to see natural gas in Europe get under the 26s or something like that, or 25s, but so far it just bounces between the high 26s and the mid 28s per cubic foot. In the States, we're paying $7, as you can see there, for a cubic foot. What a big difference that is. All right, traders, I guess that's about it. What else can we say about today? What else? What kind of title should we use for this today? We've been looking at all kinds of things here. Nothing particular jumped out. I guess we could say intraday. Let's mention the intradays today. Anybody that wants to see intraday yen, cable, and euro? That's a good one. We'll go through that. So that'll be the title for today. Intraday Forex. And we'll throw in the symbols. All right, this is Doc from North America. We will catch you all tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll be all excited because it's Strings Week. Vienna. All right. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our cyber trading friends. Later, traders. Ta-ta for now.